Hey guys, I wanted to give you guys all an update on our current situation with the Escalade. So our 2019 Cadillac Escalade basically failed on us on I-475 on the Macon bypass, and she gave up the ghost real bad, started missing, chugging, vibrating. My wife actually asked me what's wrong with this road. I said, I don't think that's the road. But I made a little video, I'll put a link to it up here, on basically the day one. And so just want to give you a little update on what's going on with the Cadillac. When we bought it, the dealership that we bought it from had a lifetime powertrain warranty, one of those things. I assumed that it was probably junk. So I jokingly said we'll test on it, and turned out we're going to actually test on it real hard. Basically, the extended warranty that we have, or the lifetime powertrain warranty that the dealership we bought the Escalade from, covers the lubricated parts of the engine and the transmission and the differentials. So it is a powertrain warranty, and it covers all those things. So we were hopeful that that would help offset some of the costs of whatever, cost this is for whatever the repair is. Huge shout out to Hendrickson down in, I think, Albany, Georgia. Anyway, it's in the Macon area. Basically, I followed my own advice. As soon as I could safely get off the interstate, I did, and shut the engine down. Hopefully we minimized all the damage. I assumed that the 6.2 liter either broke a piston ring, dropped a lifter, or something like that, and I did kind of offhandedly in my video say that it would quick chat GPT and that sort of thing. It's everything from the engine's toes to, could be a stuck fuel injector. That would be super ironic if that's the case, because I had a fuel injector fail on Silva. It'd be funny if this is just fuel injectors again, because fuel injectors were an issue with Silva, my 2022 Silverado with a 2.7 liter, and well, it wasn't exactly injectors. The high pressure fuel pump decided to basically grenade itself, and it failed, and in the process of failing, it took out my 8 fuel injectors on the 6.2 liter, and so we've got to deal with that. During the diagnostic, the tech basically did a good once over of the engine, let me know that there were a few things we could defer, but gave me a heads up that the oil pan gaskets are weeping, they're not leaking. And so truck's got 120,000 miles on it now. That's something I can fix here at the house, or at my father-in-law's garage. So I deferred that maintenance. That was like $2,300 to replace the oil pan gaskets in a 2019 Cadillac Escalade 4-wheel drive. Most of that is labor. And so I deferred that. That's something I can take care of a little bit down the road, and I can take care of that myself. But whenever it comes to the fuel, it was definitely the high pressure fuel pump. They replaced the high pressure fuel pump, and I mentioned the warranty earlier because that's actually covered under the powertrain warranty. So super happy about that. The next thing that is kind of hitting my pocketbook, the mechanic found that the oil cooler lines were leaking and needed replaced. So it's like $200 for the part, $200-300 for the parts, and $300 or $400 installation. Most of it's labor. And so I agreed to pay for that, no problem. The part that's kind of hitting me really hard is the fuel injectors and the fuel rails. We learned from our experience with Silva that the fuel rails are one-time use, and whenever the injectors go, you really need to replace all of them. So I'm just going based off the conversation I had, but basically whenever they replaced the high pressure fuel pump, the mechanic or the technician did a test drive, and the truck was still smoking and still missing, having all kind of issues. So that's whenever they determined, based off the diagnostic testing, that the fuel injectors that should be running, it's either 1,000 or 3,000 PSI. I'm, again, going by memory. They were all running 100 PSI, which means basically they're just dumping fuel into the engine, which would account for the unburnt fuel smoke and the strong fuel smell that we smelled. So, going back in history a little bit, the repair on Silva was covered by our extended warranty minus our $100 deductible. I think we got out of there for like $150 after we had a few things done. This is a little bit more, and so it's almost double the price of what it would have, the warranty company paid for Silva. To replace the injectors and the fuel rail on this truck was $1,300 by the time you replace the parts and the labor. It's almost exactly double that, double the injectors, double all the whatever, you know. So it's pretty close to $2,600. The problem just kind of compounds from there, because the injectors and the fuel lines and all the accoutrements that go with that are not covered by the extended warranty company. It's strictly a powertrain warranty. They, in the meantime, also killed or fouled all 8 plugs. So here's the deal. I could do all this work myself. Like, none of this stuff scares me to work on and to do. The only problem is my truck's 200 miles away. I'm going to punt on this, and I told them to go ahead and replace the plugs, replace the fuel lines, replace the injectors. Let's get this engine running again. And so all in before taxes, with the oil rails, oil lines that I'm having replaced, along with an oil change and my $100 deductible, we are looking at around $4,300 before taxes. So I hope you all let out a collective gasp with me at the same time, because that's a hard nut to swallow. So this is kind of all in flight anyway. There may be more after they replace the fuel injectors, after they replace all the fuel lines, after they replace the plugs. Not really sure. It's just the nature of a repair. You kind of fix one layer and you go in for the next layer. So had I elected to have them reseal the oil pan, it's not dripping, it's weeping, we'd have been looking at around $6,600 before taxes, and I am fundamentally not able to pay $2,200 at this point to replace oil pan gaskets. And so we're looking at around $4,300-ish all in so far. But here's where the news seems to be getting better. We've had an occasional 10-speed issue with this Cadillac. Never on surface streets. I've never really had a problem with it. It's had an occasional hard downshift on the interstate, but it's nothing I can repeat reliably. I could put a tech in the truck and drive it, and they'll never feel it. However, the technician, whenever he had the Escalade up on the lift and had the engine running in neutral, found a metal on metal sound coming from the transmission area. So they immediately called the extended warranty company and found that an internal problem in the transmission is covered by the extended warranty. And it seems, I'm crossing my fingers on this, that we're going to be able to do it under the same claim, since it was brought in all at the same time. So the claim for the high pressure fuel pump and lump it in with the transmission, I may be able to get my wife's Escalade up and running for just the $100 deductible. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, that's also including an oil change. So $100 of that's an oil change, I'm sure. So that's kind of the update. If there's any more onions, petals that peel back and it costs more money, or more things that have to be repaired before, you know, I can go get the truck, I can go get the Escalade, I'll let you guys know. In the meantime, hope you guys got something out of this video. Please like, share, subscribe. If you got any questions, I would love to answer them, but as of right now, we're still in the midst of the repair. Excuse me. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be anything more, but it looks like we're definitely getting basically a whole new fuel system from the gas tank forward. I'm going to ask a question to you guys because I am not a mechanic. I'm just a guy at home that likes to do my own wrenching as much as I can. I want to ask you guys that have experience with these 2019 era 6.2 liters, what would cause a fuel pump just to fail like that and take out the injectors? We just filled up with top tier fuel from a QT. I hadn't put any other gas in it. Zero sign, zero warning. It just went. The only thing I did was I kicked it into passing gear to pass the vehicle and merge up on the interstate. That's it. And as soon as I did, threw a check engine light, started bucking, screaming, smoking. So let me know, what do you think? Just a random failure, or is there more to these high pressure fuel pumps on these 6.2 liters than I can possibly know? Anyway, hope you guys got something out of the story time with Germ as I'm driving down the road. That's where we are with Cadillac. I still want to shout out to Hutchinson Automotive Group. You guys have really taken care of me and my family. We were in the middle of a trip, and they gave us a 2026 loaner vehicle, and I really appreciate you guys doing that. I don't know how else to thank you other than say thank you. And so basically your GMC Acadia is parked in my driveway until we're ready to come get the Cadillac, or whenever you guys tell us to come back and get it. So shout out to you guys, thank you so much. And all you people in YouTube land, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of your views, your thumbs up, your thumbs down, your comments, positive, negative, feedback you give, suggestions, all of those things. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have an awesome day today, and we'll talk to you again on the next video. Thanks.